Hello to everyone and welcome to this very interesting journey that we all share together while we are sharing our thoughts and feelings in this specific way. When we expose ourselves, and this means our awareness, our attention, our heart, we expose all of them to a higher wisdom so that we can be influenced totally, if possible, as much as possible, and continue the journey of our life in a way that when the time comes to leave this body and we look back, we will say with full heart that yes, this was the best way to live our life, a life of wisdom. So let's see what we can hear today that will make such a difference to our life. Starting from now, how can I influence my present moment?
Seeing such attainment, what did you renounce? You simply conquered sleep for a short time. You renounced sleep, that is sona, and you became gold, that is sona. You have renounced sleep. You saw the fortune before you renounced anything. What does the sleep feel like after having the unique experience of Amrit Vela? Did you renounce your food and drink, or did you renounce illness? To renounce food and drink means to become free from any illness. You have become free, have you not? Instead, you received both health and wealth. This is why you were told that you are very clever businessmen. Another speciality is that whatever you set out to do, you do it with great intensity. Because of moving at a fast speed, you also want to have the full attainment of everything. You move along very fast, and therefore, if there is even a minor obstruction from Maya whilst you are moving along, you become afraid very fast.
It is helpful for all of us to check right now, to ask ourselves with honesty, do I really live a life of fulfillment? Do I feel full every second of my life? And of course, these might appear a very high aim, because usually the answer is no. I experience some drops of happiness, some drops of peace, and this if one is lucky enough. But we all look for this, we all want this, because this is our nature. And it makes sense that when one does not experience the very nature, does not give to the self and also to the body the very basic things, anything else that one does appears so insignificant. So when we realize that there is a way to experience the oxygen for the soul and of course what is good for the body, then it's not a matter of renouncing. You don't renounce from your heart totally. You want to do anything that it takes to experience what is your very nature. And this is, anyways, the very purpose we are here on this planet, to experience the self, the nature of the self, and of course to express it and share it with others. So if one does something that you're not used to just because of habits based on ignorance, based on Maya, Maya means confusion. So to renounce those habits that deprived you from experiencing yourself, is it really a renunciation, or one does it because you know, you feel the reward? So renouncing, so to speak, the some comfort, some sleep that we're used to have early in the morning, and instead waking up to allow the self to experience the highest qualities. This is not a renunciation. This is wisdom. This is common sense. And one does it with a lot of love and a lot of happiness, because you instantly experience the result, the reward, the attainment.
To be an embodiment means that becomes your form. Not that the virtue and power should be separate. They should be merged in your form, just as a weakness or a defect has become your form over a long period of time. You don't need to make effort to adopt it because it has become your natural nature. Similarly, let every virtue and every power become your original form. My nature and natural virtues have to become equal to those of the Father. Those who become such embodiments of virtues, embodiments of power, and embodiments of remembrance are said to be equal to the Father. The basis of success in a task is the one united thought of all Brahmins. Everyone needs cooperation. If even one brick of a fortress is weak, the whole fortress can be shaken. This is why all of you, young and old, are the bricks of this fortress of the Brahmin family. Therefore, all of you have to make the task successful with just one thought. The sound that should emerge from everyone's mind is, "This is my responsibility."
What is the Brahmin family? Who can be part of this family? Absolutely the whole world. This is an invitation for everyone to become a student whose subject of study is the truth. This is the time, there has to be a time when there has been so much darkness and ignorance, when we come back to the light. So Brahmin is first of all a stage of mind, attitude. So everyone is invited to be part of this Brahmin family, to realize that there is a lot to learn, and it's a very, very pleasant learning with instant reward. And what we are learning here is just clearing this capability we have within us that can understand, that can see clearly, discriminate and can also make decisions. We call this intellect. So we are here to learn how to bring this capability to its natural, to its original capacity, so we can see clearly what is what. And it can take even a second to remember that we are immortal beings, that are virtues, that our very nature is power, no weakness. It is virtues, not defects. And as we spend a little bit time, as we give our attention to this eternal truth of everyone, then we are experiencing our true form, our qualities. And then we don't need to fight with weaknesses. And as we experience our true self, that can be so easy if we do it in the right way, this automatically takes care of everything else. You don't need to think, I have to give cooperation, I have to be in unity with others. Virtues and truth does not know separations. You don't need to fight any separation. It becomes a dance of virtues in a very natural, very sweet way. What a gift to the world, especially at this point of now. So why not all of us to be part of this learning, to be part of this Brahmin family?
Would you like to share?
Listening to and reading these teachings, I felt a great, immense sense of gratitude, and that we are such fortunate souls that we have been able to connect to our Supreme Soul, our Supreme Father. Because throughout our daily lives, we interact with other souls, and that can actually bring out our defects. But at the same time, we have this golden opportunity, this golden ticket to connect with our higher consciousness, the Supreme Soul, who tells us what we actually are, all our niceness, all our goodness, all our virtues. And in order to connect, we have to go to our purest form. So we have this balance going on all day and night, and we have to make the choice. When we interact with others, other souls, our old habits come out. But then, when we connect to our higher consciousness, we get reminded of who we actually are, what our virtues are. And gradually, as we interact with others, we have to come into a higher consciousness immediately so that we can connect with our Supreme Soul and bring His goodness out rather than bring our poor old sanskars, our habits out. So this is helping us transform and get into a higher state every day. So I'm so grateful that we have been chosen to do this. Thank you so much.
The desire of the human soul to be equal All human souls are part of one family. All are alike. And this equality at the angelic level, becoming like the Father, equal to the Father. And it is also described that when you run very fast, then you can be afraid. What is it that makes you afraid when you run very fast? You want to reach the destination first. And what is the solution? Should we run even faster? What would you say?
This is a unique, in a way, race. To run fast means to see the stillness and the silence within you. And to reach first means that you have no sense of I or selfish motive. You put others first. When we realize what it is about, then there's no fear. There cannot be fear. There is enthusiasm. And there is a natural attraction, because this is so beautiful to live a life of selflessness, of giving, of loving others, wishing the best for others from your heart. So yes, why not go fast for such a high aim?
Would you like to share a practice for today, Anna?
So, as was said, gratitude, gratefulness. But this takes some humility to realize, to acknowledge, to recognize the value of simple thoughts of truth. So today, we can become aware of the value of the true self, acknowledging, really accepting from the heart who we are, and stay with these thoughts. I am virtuous, I am powerful, I am not any weakness. We don't need to use I am not, just to stay with what we are. And then when any challenges come in the everyday interactions with life, and what is a challenge except the mirrors that show to me my weaknesses, which is not the true self. So I use every even slightly unpleasant feeling within me as an opportunity to instantly see the power. So if there is a feeling of sadness, instantly, without a second thought, I become aware of the quality of happiness, which I know, and I can emerge it in a second. If I experience any restlessness, I become aware of peace, endless peace. I can do it in a second. How lovely to spend my day playing with this game throughout the day. This is my aim. My aim is not to achieve things in the physical world. I do everything that I need to do, but this is secondary. The real achievement is to become the master of this art of transforming anything negative. And in fact, it's not that you transform it, it is neutralized, it dissolves the moment you give the precious attention of the self to the self. So it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful, special day, beneficial for the self and everyone else around us. What a nice way to live the life.
Thank you. We'll meet again tomorrow at the same time. Bye-bye.